Peace, it's Courtney Sullivan from foodmedicinechildren.com. I'm up in the hoop house on Humble Hill Farm, and I just wanted to take a moment to talk about you taking care of you in this warm spring, summer time. This is a time of year where, especially those of us in, the colder, grayer parts of the country, we are raring to go. For us, it's been, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and then all of a sudden it's in 75, 80, we're outside all the time. So our lives are a little bit more sedentary when we're not doing garden work. And garden work is also, you stretch a little farther, push yourself a little farther physically, and you make motions and you do them, repetitive motions or random things that you do. It's different than what you've been doing the rest of the year. So I just wanted to check in with you and help you take care of yourself, because summer is a whole lot more fun if you're not nursing an injury from some silly thing that you did. So, we know that stretching our bodies and doing things to stay loose and limber, that those are really important things. But let's face it, we don't always do that. Life is busy, and we don't always take time for ourselves, especially as mothers. We don't always take time, and fathers too. There's things to be done, and you just get swept away in the tasks of the day. So what we do on Humble Hill Farm is we stay stocked. Arnica Gel, see how it's almost done? Arnica Gel is one of our key strategies, and as well as taking the Arnica internally. That's something that we do. So we do it prophylactically this time of year. So I, for example, dug 15 post holes yesterday. I did not wait until I woke up today with my hands and my forearms aching and my shoulders aching. I immediately, upon finishing the task, took Arnica. I coated my hands, especially because I was, had the post hole digger, and I drop it, and I just kept doing this repetitive motion. So I coated my hands and my forearms with the Arnica Gel. I took the Arnica internally 4 times in the first hour, and then I took it easy. I meant to write a blog post about it last night, but you know what? I went to sleep, because sleep is also something that's really essential. And I know this summer there's all kind of stuff going on, and we just really can't wait to get back into life. You feel like yourself again when the sun shines. However, it's really important to take some time to regenerate, and there's really nothing that can substitute sleep. So the other tip that I wanted to share with you is lavender oil is an oil that I personally feel like should be in every home, mainly because it has so many uses, and it's really, a drop in time of lavender oil just saves you so much suffering and, hardships that physically you and also emotionally you wouldn't be encountering, if you had that access to that lavender right at the right time. So I always recommend that everybody keep lavender on hand, and it's very, very relaxing. So at night I use lavender to help me unwind, and especially when I've been doing a lot of physical work, and also, my mind is going this time of year. So I also use Release, which just, I feel like it really, it's an energetic release. I just use a little bit on the back of my neck and my shoulders. And then what's left on my hands, I'll just breathe it in, and just, it kind of helps me reset. So the thing about homeopathy and essential oils is some people say that, you should never have them near each other, and because the vibrational frequency of the essential oils is really powerful for the vibrational frequency of homeopathics. So I don't necessarily see them as incompatible, but they're basically 2 different gears of healing. So I do recommend, using them at separate times. So I will use the Arnica immediately after exertion, and kind of, throughout a lot of physical activity. That's something that I use. And so you just be mindful. You kind of learn how to time it and use them differently. But that is one of the main strategies that we use here on Humble Hill Farm, because as we know, the speed of life, my perfect stretches and all that kind of stuff, it often doesn't happen, and it's just, a lot of going. But for those times that you can stretch and, do take the time, I fully encourage that. But just wanted to share a tip that's kept us going on this farm for 14 years and still going strong. So have a really great season, and you can find me over at humblehill.com if you have any more questions about how to stay fit and healthy during the gardening season. All right, enjoy. Peace.